In the vast, unforgiving expanse of the Pacific Ocean, history holds one of its most enduring mysteries. July 2, 1937. The world's most famous female pilot, a true icon of her time, vanished from the sky while attempting the impossible, a flight around the globe. Despite one of the largest search and rescue missions ever launched, Amelia Earhart, her navigator Fred Noonan, and their state-of-the-art aircraft were never found. What happened on that final fateful flight? The world has been asking for over 80 years. The story isn't just about a disappearance. It's about a life lived without limits, a spirit that dared to touch the sky, and a puzzle that continues to haunt us. To understand the loss, we must first understand the legend. Amelia Earhart wasn't just a pilot, she was a phenomenon. In an era when women's roles were rigidly defined, she shattered every expectation. She was graceful, intelligent, and possessed an iron will. In 1932, just 5 years after Charles Lindbergh, she became the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean. This single act of incredible bravery catapulted her to international stardom. She wasn't just flying planes, she was carrying the hopes and dreams of millions, proving that with courage, anything was possible. She became a symbol of modern womanhood, an author, a lecturer, and a tireless advocate for aviation. But for Amelia, there was always another horizon to chase, one final, ultimate challenge to conquer. That ultimate challenge was a circumnavigational flight of the globe. Her world flight was to be her magnum opus, the crowning achievement of a spectacular career. The journey would cover a staggering 29,000 miles, following a daring equatorial route that had never been completed. Her partner in this endeavor was the highly skilled navigator, Fred Noonan. Their chariot was a marvel of 1930s technology. The Lockheed Electra 10E, a twin-engine monoplane specially modified with extra fuel tanks for the immense distances they would have to cover. Starting from Oakland, California, they flew east. The world watched, captivated, as they hopped from continent to continent. South America, Africa, India, Southeast Asia. With each successful leg, their legend grew. After more than 22,000 miles, they landed in New Guinea. They were exhausted but triumphant. Only 7,000 miles remained, all of it over the open, empty Pacific. The most dangerous part of their journey was about to begin. From Lae, their next destination was a tiny speck in the ocean, Howland Island. It was a minuscule coral atoll, barely 2 miles long and half a mile wide. Finding it after flying 2,600 miles over a featureless sea was a monumental navigational challenge. Their lives depended on Fred Noonan's celestial navigation and their ability to make radio contact with a U.S. Coast Guard cutter, the Itasca, which was waiting near the island to guide them in. As they took off from Lae, they were heavily laden with fuel, pushing the Electra to its limits. For hours, they flew into the dawn. Then the radio transmissions began. The Itasca could hear Amelia's voice, faint and crackled with static. She reported cloudy weather, making celestial navigation nearly impossible. Her messages became more urgent. "We must be on you, but cannot see you," she radioed. "Gas is running low." The Itasca transmitted signals, desperately trying to get a fix on her position, but her signal was too weak, her messages too brief. The crew on the ship listened, helpless, as her voice grew fainter. Her last known transmission reported they were flying on the line 157 to 337. Then, there was only silence. The world's greatest female flyer had vanished into the blue. The silence was deafening. Immediately, one of the most extensive and expensive air and sea searches in history was launched. The U.S. Navy and Coast Guard deployed an armada. The battleship Colorado, the aircraft carrier Lexington, and numerous destroyers and cutters converged on the area around Howland Island. Aircraft scoured the ocean day and night. The search area eventually expanded to over 250,000 square miles of open ocean, an area larger than Texas. For 16 days, they scanned the endless waves, hoping for any sign of wreckage, an oil slick or a makeshift raft. They found nothing. Not a single piece of the Silver Electra, not a trace of Amelia Earhart or Fred Noonan. It was as if they had been swallowed by the sky itself. The official search was called off, but the unofficial search, the one that takes place in our collective imagination, had only just begun. In the void left by their disappearance, theories began to bloom, each attempting to solve the unsolvable. The most widely accepted theory is also the most tragic. They simply ran out of fuel, missed Howland Island, and crashed into the deep Pacific. Their plane, the Lockheed Electra, would have sunk quickly, leaving no trace, lost forever beneath thousands of feet of water. But other, more tantalizing possibilities persist. Could they have found land? One compelling theory suggests they navigated to a different island. Unable to find Howland, they may have turned south along their last known line of position and crash-landed on the uninhabited Gardner Island, now known as Nick. Proponents of this theory point to skeletal remains and artifacts found on the island years later that could possibly be linked to the castaways. Then there are the darker, more conspiratorial theories. Some believe Earhart and Noonan were on a secret mission to spy on Japanese military installations in the Pacific, that they were captured and died in captivity. This theory, fueled by the tensions leading up to World War II, paints a picture of espionage and international intrigue. crash and sink, cast away, or capture. Each theory has its champions and its critics, but none has ever been definitively proven. Decades later, the mystery endures, and the quest for answers is more intense than ever. Modern technology has opened new frontiers in the search for Amelia Earhart. Deep-sea exploration groups, armed with advanced sonar and robotic submersibles, have spent millions of dollars scanning the ocean floor around Howland Island and Nick. Researchers re-examine old radio logs, analyze historical photographs with digital precision, and even use DNA analysis on newly discovered artifacts. Each expedition brings a surge of hope. A grainy sonar image might be a piece of fuselage. A fragment of metal washed ashore could be part of the Electra's landing gear. Every new clue is scrutinized, debated, and reported around the world. These modern explorers are driven by the same spirit of discovery that drove Amelia herself, a relentless desire to push boundaries and uncover the truth no matter how deep it's buried. More than 80 years later, the disappearance of Amelia Earhart remains one of aviation's greatest, most profound mysteries. Her story transcends that of a simple plane crash. It's a tale of ambition, courage, and the ultimate price of adventure. She flew into the horizon and became a part of history, leaving us with a question that echoes through time. Her legacy is not in her final destination but in the journey itself, a reminder to us all to live boldly and to never stop exploring the unknown. The search continues, and perhaps one day, the ocean will give up its secrets. Until then, we are left to wonder and to look at the sky. What do you think happened to Amelia Earhart? Let me know your theory in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, be sure to subscribe for more historical mysteries.